am not a furry. Maybe. However, I was one long ago, back when I believed it was a welcoming community that wasn't filled with pedos, angry children, and obnoxious adults. Also, animal porn. I had a whole partial fursuit, many character badges, and a whole world of anthro characters to entertain me. And then I became the robot freak, furries. They're shite. The world of art and furries is deeply intertwined, but so damn horrible. And part of that is the artistic concept of closed species and open species within the furry fandom. For those fortunate enough not to know what that means, a closed species is a species or specific type of animal that someone designs, gives a backstory, and only permitted people can make them. A closed species is not a closed character, it is the genre of animal or breed per se that they fall into. Now that sounds good and all, but there's an issue here. Anything can be deemed as a closed species. You can make a dog with a unicorn horn and call that your own closed species. Or you could have a brightly coloured cat with 3 eyes, which could also be a closed species. So if you happen to have a character with the same traits as someone's closed species, well, you're gonna have a problem. You see, closed species require you to have either permission to make one through buying, trading, or sometimes raffles. These are usually known as make your own slots, but you could also just buy one outright that's already been made, pre-made if you will. Open species are species that anyone can make and usually don't have strict rules. Usually. Remember what I said about obnoxious adults and kids? Oh boy, this is where they come into play. Open species may need you to have one thing or else it may be deemed illegal, and it can be multiple things too. But what's an illegal furry character? Well, it's furry slang for, this is not a real protogen, you give it wings. That's not allowed, that's simply illegal. I'm telling the species creator on you. And then you'll have like an army of the open species creators, white knights after you on Tumblr or some shit. The same applies if you make a closed species without buying one or getting permission, and that's also dog shite. You cannot gatekeep cute little raptors so that only certain people can have them with big teeth. You cannot legally enforce someone to not make a furry cyclops with an extra eye on its chest. You just can't, you just cannot regulate that. The only reason why most creators of open species and closed species get upset when people have artistic free will is money. They may try to argue otherwise, but it's all for the hype, authority, and cash. So, what's my opinion on closed and open species? I hate them. This side of the furry community is fucking atrocious, and it goes outside of the furry fandom too. I hate closed species, I hate limiting creativity and bullying people online who just want a furry robot with a fish tail. So I've done what every good furry hating man should do, and I bought a closed trait species character for real money. I bet you're wondering how that went. Well, first, let me lay down some backstory.
Oh my god.
Circa 2018, a new species hits the furry block called Mochi Raptors. Back then they were defined as cute little raptors whose saliva was made of mochi. This was the base provided by the creator, Loopy, which details their often closed eyes, black sclera, which is the white part of your eye, and their common traits. Traction on the community app Amino grew and thousands of young furs flocked to make their own. And I was one of them, back in the day. And that's where everything went to shit. Look, I don't have all day, so if you want to know more in depth about the furry drama, please check out Sera Thing's video on the matter. I'll link it below. I'll also link a Reddit thread, which I can't remember what the original poster's username was, but it goes over similar topics too. But to cut a long story short, you couldn't do certain things with your raptor characters like giving them a cobra hood or a third eye, or you'll be banned. You couldn't make a king trait raptor which had specific traits that you had to pay for or win raffles, or else you'd get banned. But don't you be speaking up about how silly this sounds, or you'll be banned. make an illegal raptor as a joke, then clearly state as a joke for April Fools, oh guess what? You're getting banned. That last one happened to me. There was also a cult, some grooming, a kid deleted years worth of art and posts because they got an admin role. I also got called a child who needed to go to bed when I pointed out the trend of people breeding their child raptor characters together was a little fucking creepy. Also there was porn too, on a site filled with minors, so the last one didn't really surprise me. There was also the constant banning and unbanning and retconning of traits so that everyone who got banned for making the raptors have a certain trait in the past could now have that trait in the future. Yeah, lots of people left, and I'm not the only one who thinks it was absolute bullshit. And so the Aminos suffered quite a bit. This was until February of this year, until they were having some technical difficulties and left for Discord. On their second Amino, that was, after they left the first one, because of the child who deleted everything. And the tech issues on Amino were fixed within a week, so it was pointless. Now no one could post on the second Amino, or they'll get the post disabled and, you guessed it, probably banned. But the first unmonitored Amino is still going, whilst the official Mochi Raptor hub is now on a Discord server. Oh, also did I mention the creator ditched this place a long time ago, only coming back to sell a few closed traits and then bugger off? Yeah, fuck them too. So what did I buy? I bought a single king trait Mochi Raptor, which has one of these traits. This one specifically. A double king trait has 2 traits, and triple king traits don't exist unless you want to be banned. You need to pay, trade, or win these in order to have one. And I thought, after all these years, and with a little bit more income coming into my pockets, I'd buy one and see what all the hype was about. So I tried to join the Discord server to see what people were offering. And I was told that I needed to state my name, age, and gender as part of the intro process. I noped the fuck out of that, and by seeing the intros made by other people, most people on that server were under 16. I'm not becoming no admin's Discord kitten, hell no. So I went back to the original Mochi Raptor Amino, looking to see if I could trade for one instead of buying, due to the fact that scamming is very common on that site. And guess what? I got scammed! Yippee! Twice! And ghosted a lot. There's some really fucking shady people on there, so I said fuck it and went to somewhere much worse. The official Furry Amino. And I got something! So for 16 of God's own great British pounds, I snagged this single king trait Mochi Raptor with Oni fangs. And it didn't take long to get either. Nice and easy, right? Right? I never got sent the proof that this was an officialised king trait. My god, I found it, never mind! Which you needed to have and present to everyone publicly upon having a king trait. And it was usually a forum or a chat that you had to have to sort of verify that this was a king trait. However, say for example that admin is no longer an admin or got banned, you'd have to go through the process all over again and get the proof again, blah blah blah. This was not fucking worth it for a video. Don't do this, please. I'm not saying I got scammed with this or it was useless to begin with. The character's mine and he came with some really nice art. I love the design too, whether it's a king trait Mochi Raptor or just another cool feral raptor. So was I really paying for the trait or the character itself? Considering most closed trait Mochis went for about $30 to $200 when I saw them going for sale. So in the end I just bought another Furry OC. Was it worth it? Kinda. Are closed traits worth it? No. Are closed species worth paying for either? Fuck no. Whether it's Primogens, Manokits, or Mochi Raptors, or even some kid's new species, it's not worth paying for permission to create something. Your imagination and ability to draw something shouldn't have a price. Plus, what's the real fallout from this, other than the creator missing out on some precious cash? I fully support commissioning artists if you can't draw something yourself. But if you're like myself and love character design and can draw well enough to satisfy your deep, dark, furry desires, then paying to be able to draw something on your own is bullshit. Trading to have permission is also bullshit. In conclusion, from my own experience, buy something if you want to, and draw something if you want to too. but don't be a dick and bully people for having free will, a pen and paper. That's just shallow. I will also be deleting any comments from the Mochi Raptor admins and their damage control. I have 3 words for them. Suck my ass. And the final word from myself. There's so much that I haven't went over in much detail or glossed over, and there is things that have just been from my personal experience. It does not validate or stand for the experiences of other people within this community, but it has been quite shit. If you're one of the people who are offended by what I've said, it's probably because you were one of the people scamming me, so I don't really care on that front. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little something different, but I really just hate the furry fandom. But I think I've still got some more things I want to talk about. And they're not good things either.